And we're back for another episode. In this episode we're going to be doing the level 65 Alchemist quest. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So we are here in the Alchemist Guild in Order Steps of Fall on the top floor at 913. So let's talk to Severian. The quest is called Do Goldsmiths Dream of Gilded Sheep? So Severian of the Alchemist Guild has news he wishes to share with you. My erudite extern. Welcome, welcome. I have been wanting to tell you. I did indeed meet and speak with Mumupo. Alas, even for all my charm, I was unable to get the truth out of him with regards to Heartstrike. And rightly so, he is a jailed man, imprisoned for crimes he is known to have committed. Should he confess to any further crimes, his sentence will only be extended. One can hardly fault him for his reticence. I hope at the very least to acquire permission to investigate the coffin in his charge, yet I failed even in that. But we must not give ourselves to despair just yet. There are other ways to exhume the dead beyond the keeper of the burial rites. We must turn our efforts to those the deceased have left behind. Relatives, a spouse. In their presence, the gravekeeper will have no pretense for preventing us to proceed. No doubt it may sound somewhat unagreeable to you, but I fear that there is no other means at our disposal. What you must do now is clear. Travel to Arilge's great burial chamber and speak with Adgiefye. Learn what you can from her of whatever family survives our queer corpse. Fair enough. Like I said, the names in this game. Anyway, so the closest teleport is the Thaumaturge's Guild, so let's go. So I believe it's right here. Yep. I remembered, yay! Let's talk to this old lady. So you again, I told you once before to leave, and I won't again. But please, like in it. So you come on behalf of the Alchemist Severian, and you wish to know of the deceased relatives. So very well, we've had such requests from him before with regards to preservation of the dead. For such a noble deed, I will not deny you the information you seek. The man at rest in the sarcophagus as you speak of is survived by the great songstress of Uldar in days past, Phil Hamin. I am told she can be found in Revenant's Toll. If you are able to convince her to come here with you, protocol will permit me to give you leave to examine the dead in her care. Fair enough, so let's go now to Revenant's Toll. It's one of those important locations in the game that you just find yourself going back to again and again. We've been going back to Mordona since A Realm Reborn. Back when it used to just be a camp with a few tents. I don't know if any of you guys remember that far back. Let me know in the comments down below. So, okay, let's see. Where is she? She must be inside. Or maybe she's upstairs. Let's take a look. Maybe she's on the balcony. You travel and mount so fast in the old zones, and you can go even quicker. That's what's amazing about it. So, why, hello there, Mithrie. Whatever brings you to these parts? Arilge's burial chamber. You wish to know of the body interred there in my charge? And what could you possibly mean to do with such knowledge? The body at rest there is someone very special to me. If this is simply a matter of satisfying your curiosity, I'm afraid I must refuse. So you have a you have discovered a corpse that seems to be yet alive. So it says you have discovered a corpse. That's fix your grammar, Square Enix, please. I do not understand. Like, Koji Fox, pay attention, man. Mistakes have been made. I don't understand what that has to do with my knee. With the deceased in my care, surely you do not think that there is some connection between the two. So Heartstrike, you say, a blade imbued with the power to resurrect the dead, and you suspect the Thaumaturge of conducting such experiments? If that were to be true, then... Very well. I will tell you the one laid to rest in my keep. It is my husband, my dearest Neil. He was murdered just before the coming of the calamity. But there is more. Once dead, it was as if time itself stopped. As if the natural laws were suspended just for him. His body does not deteriorate. Even now he appears as the day he died. The grief of losing my Neil was more than I could bear. I surrendered myself to the belief that some strange affliction had taken him, but that someday he wakened from it and returned to me. Without that to carry me, I myself cannot have survived. But as I spent my days raising Askilla, I slowly came to live with the realization that he was dead, and that never would he return to me. And now the belief I cling to is that his soul is at peace at Thal's side. Even so, I search tirelessly for some way to make sense of what's happening to my Neil, but I have found nothing to lead me to an answer. You say that you have found a young lady whose remains exhibit the same strangeness as my husband's, and that this blade, this Heartstrike, may well be responsible for it. That is what you're thinking, is it not? Then I will help you where I can. Let us find the Heartstrike together. But I am reminded now of what transpired the last time you and I worked together in such a way. Perhaps, yes, I know just who to call upon for this. So, an old friend of mine will lend his aid. I have asked him to meet with us at Eldig's burial chamber. Will you come? I should very much like to introduce you to my Neil. It's kind of sad. But let's go back to Uldar. Let's do it. I like that. Like, this quest here, Feast of the Famine, is from A Realm Reborn. This quest here is from Heavensward. They're like the last... There's like one quest left for each expansion. Anyway, Thaumaturge, let's go. The servers are pretty quiet these days because Final Fantasy XII came out a couple of days before the time of recording this video. And everyone's loving it on PlayStation 4. As in the remaster. Obviously it came out like 10 years ago. So it looks as though my old friend has yet to arrive. Come, let us meet Neil while we wait. It is time to open his coffin. So inside the old coffin lies a perfectly preserved Elezen male. His beautiful, peaceful visage suggests a state of slumber rather than death. The absence of a pulse and breath suggests the absence of life, but feels as though the corpse could awaken at any moment. It is the same phenomenon displayed by the remains of the young lady. So, well, I'm not expected to be called here of all places. It's been a long time, Lahamin. So indeed it has. I wonder, should I still call you the Bronze Bull? Don't start with that. It's Grenfar, just like it always was. So Grenfar is an old friend, both to Neil and myself. Oh, I know this adventurer, the one who forged me sword. You've my thanks for that, still. I cherish it this very day. Tell me, then, for what are we here? Mithrie is with us, Grenfar, and she is here to help. To save Neil. I've come to realize that so long as we are unable to put his death behind us, we will never be able to move forward with our lives. There were choices I made when Nils Furens was killed. I chose not to dwell on his death. I chose to leave my friends and make myself scarce. Ever since, I haven't been able to live with myself. So if there's all I can do now, I'll do it. Let us give him and ourselves peace. Thank you, Grenfar. Your words bring me great comfort. Then I turn to you, Mithrie. Tell your tale to Grenfar. Tell him of the corpses, the sorcerer, Heartstrike, everything. So another corpse that doesn't rot? It can't be. Heartstrike lost its power. It's useless, and has been ever since I stole it from Lord Lolorito some 5 years past. You mean to say that you had it in your possession? Grenfar, tell me now, do you know who did this to Neil? If only. I saw how he was. Dead, but not. Wasn't natural. I'd heard of the blade and what it could do. I suspected it had been used on him. So I thought if her strike could be used to do this, perhaps it could be used to undo it. I meant to free his spirit from whatever jail it's in. I learned the blade belonged to Lord Lorito, and so broke into his estate and stole it. But the Heartstrike I took was already void of power, if it ever had any at all. I wasn't able to save Neil with it. After that, I threw the blade into the Soot Creek to be done with it. But this changes things. If Mumupo dealt in these darkest of arts, might be that he knows a way to save Neil. Problem is, the crazed murmurs not like to speak any truths from his cell. I'll meet with him myself. I've some old friends of my own what may be able to arrange it. And you, adventurer, I'll have a word outside with you. Oakley dokley. Like, boo! Okay. Let's talk to him. Do. So, to meet with Mumapo may prove simple enough, but having the truth from him will not. That is where I ask your aid. I need you to speak with the Alchemist Severian and find out what tonics or potions he can muster to loosen the lips of our Lalafell. I mean to present it under the guise of good intentions. Forgive me, this is the way, but I do not wish to speak of it to Philharmon. Now go, and may the gods be with you. Whoa. Right, so let's go talk to Severian. It's like, but wait, there's more. That's what's so good about this game. Even though this is a Alchemist quest, there's actually story and intrigue, you know? It's not like, just craft a lot, okay, bye, or anything like that. So the remains of the famed goldsmith Nelfresna suffer the same twisted fate as that of our young lady, and you believe the blade heartstrike to be the common thread that weaves this tapestry together? Most intriguing. And now Grimfar asks for a gift for Mumapo, does he? A concoction to turn the Lalafel's tongue to talking. Such deviousness. I dare say I like the way our Grimfar thinks. As it just so happens, I was considering a similar tactic myself. Indeed, I have already begun preparation of the ingredients needed. Yet a dilemma lies before us, namely this. Mumapo is not fool enough to simply imbibe some unknown tonic presented to him by a random caller. But as can be expected, I have the solution. It has come to my knowledge that Mumapo has an unshakable thirst for Montu juice, and it just so happens that exposing said juice to the fermentation process twice over yields a natural truth serum. One our unsuspecting Lalafell is like to quaff heartily and without heed. Here then, take these reagents and mind your hand. They may appear to be no more than mere juice ingredients, but within them lies a potential for great chemical catastrophe. Why do you tarry here? Grimfar awaits the twice fermented Munte juice at Aurelig's burial chamber, does he not? See to it with all haste, and should you discover aught else, bring words to me forthwith. Okay, so let's make a bottle. What's it called? Twice. Let's just type in the word twice. Go. There you go. Can this be made high quality? I don't even know if you're supposed to make it high quality, to be honest. But whatever. Let's be Mithrie about it and let's try and make it high quality even if we don't have to. Let's do it. So comfort zone, inner quiet, steady hand 2, precise touch, then basic touch for 3 more times. Steady hand 2. Okay, that macro is finished. I could probably replace, to be honest, the steady hand 2s with steady hands just for the sake of saving a little bit of CP. We want to be as efficient as possible with our macros. Alright. Booyah. So let's give it to him. Let's go to the burial chamber. Sorry. Best episode ever. It doesn't actually say to make high quality, but I made it high quality anyway. Because every other class quest has made us do it high quality, so I have no reason to change it now. Oh, sorry. Where is he? Oh, he's outside. Okay. So, were you able to mix a gift for Mumupo? Yep. So it says, fermenting Mutai extract twice greatly lessens the bean's natural bitterness and resulting in a smoother aftertaste. Side effects of the beverage include a decided loosening of the tongue. So, ho-ho, a job well done, my friend. I knew I was in the right to ask this of you. So, I need time to see the deed done. You and Philharmon will have to wait. Cool. So, obviously, we'll come back to this at level 68. So, in probing fundamental reality as an alchemist, you have learned manipulation too. Cool. And as a result, we are now 68 Alchemist. Woo! So, anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, And goodbye from Mithrie. Bye, guys.